Good evening, M-Hock. Welcome to Questionable Time. The hosts are drunk, we've removed the door, and the stream's late. I think it's just going to be one of those streams, folks. So, tonight we are here to find out the results of the 11th general election. Will we see the incumbent broad-right government returned with a new mandate? Or will it be the turn of the Traffic Light Coalition to form a new government in Britain? Or will a new, unforeseen coalition form as the dust settles on a new parliament? It's a very good question. So, to get some top analysis, we have assembled a team of highly qualified election respondents. Unfortunately, they're all sick, so we've replaced them with Wagbo and Weebrew.
Right twisted.
And the music abruptly stops. So, would either of you like to summarise the election so far?
Yeah, it's been very interesting.
People have campaigned a lot. No one's done of interest. But there we are. That's how it is now.
We've had some questionable campaigns. We've had some ups and downs. One of the things that I'd like to point out straight away is that there's been lots of teamwork almost between parties. It's been a very interesting campaign in that sense.
It's been very fucking wholesome is what it's been. Shall we have the first result?
So, I think we do.
We're going up to the northeast for our first result, and it's from Tyne and Wear. Tyne and Wear has seen the classical Liberals start and gain the first seat of the evening. This was a Green incumbent seat, formerly a Free Party split seat between the Greens, Classical Liberals and the Loyalist League, who have now stood down. And it would appear that with the absence of the Loyalist League, the Clibs have managed to surge into taking this seat. So the first seat of the evening has gone to the Classical Liberals.
And the second seat has just come up. If you take a look at the text stream. North London, the Labour Party have won 212,172 votes. Libertarians, 51,929. And Conservatives, 85,598. So quite a safe, I believe, hold for the Labour Party there. On a very low
Labour has managed to hold it on a 45% turnout. It's a very strong majority they've seen there. And certainly showing that there's a fair deal of lee room between the safe seats and the marginals. As we see just a moment ago in Tyne and Wear, 4,000 votes in it, very marginal, and then straight on to an absolute Labour stronghold.
Yeah,
indeed.
Big win for the Clibs, the Tyne and Wear.
A remarkably low turnout in London, even by the standards of a safe seat.
Yeah, absolutely.
45%, not great, is it? So, shall we have our first guest join us?
Yeah, let's see how many times.
Why not, eh?
While we're at it, I'll pour a drink. Tonight's stream is sponsored by Admiral's Old Jamaican Spiced Rum with flavours of lime and vanilla. They don't actually sponsor us, but if they'd like to send me some free alcohol, I'd happily take it.
And like every podcast, we're sponsored by Beer 52.
And Alcohol Anonymous. If you do
and
tell,
Harry's, the Razor Company.
We're probably sponsored by Audible as well, because they sponsor everyone.
Yeah, we're sponsored by everyone. We're sponsored by Audible.
I'm just going to pull a random person in and see if they're here. Our first guest tonight is the Deputy Leader of Welsh Labour, standing in South Central. Quills Toxic, are you here?
Hi.
Oh, she's made it.
How are you?
Hello, how are you doing?
No star.
Well, it's not the morning, but nonetheless.
I can't hear you.
My God, there's two Welsh people now. It's very alarming.
How are you doing, Quills? How are you feeling about the election?
Can I have and then join the chat?
Possibly. I wasn't really. That's well. Indeed. Possibly. Yes. Insightful interview.
Thanks, Michael.
Can I hear you? Hello?
Yes, hello, Quills. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
A seat has just come in. Sorry. Two seats have just come in. We've just missed two seats. Manchester South, 80% Classical Liberal to 20% Green.
That's
and
not
Birmingham, Solihull, and Coventry, Liberal Democrat 37%, Libertarian 33%, New Britain 30%. So that's a gain for the Liberal Democrats from the Libertarian Party.
Now, just look at Manchester City and South, because we're seeing here something quite interesting, because this was the seats, the graphics are wrong. The graphics are wrong, that bar chart is much too big on the greens, so everyone, that's one drink if you are playing the drinking game with us today. So our first drinking game shot of the evening. Oh. When Leafy made these bar charts, he said they might be slightly inaccurate. He wasn't kidding. But this was
Lib Dem bar charts.
This was the seat where the classical Liberals were endorsed by everyone except the Loyalist League and the Greens. The Loyalist League didn't stand and the Greens stood on their own. So it's unsurprised to see what is... This may well be the largest majority we'll see of the whole evening here. Zukov has been returned with a majority of just shy of 400,000 votes on a turnout of 61%.
We also saw an incredibly close race there in Birmingham, Solihull and Coventry with a three-way race in game. However, two more results have come in on...
oh my goodness, there's no time.
As I have been speaking. South East London, an incredibly marginal traditional two-party seat, 50.8% Labour, 49.2% Conservative. That's going to be seen as a big victory in the Labour camps. Manchester North has also come in with 46% voting Green, 28% voting Conservative, and 26% voting Libertarian Party.
Yeah, catch them whilst they're hot, coming in fast. 3
good results in a row for the Traffic Light Coalition.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, it's early days, but you don't want to speculate at these points. But still, it's not bad. Not a bad start. I mean, what you tend to find is that the evening swings to the right as you go, because the seats that tend to vote right-wing tend to declare more slowly because they're in the countryside. But we'll have to see. Shall we have another guest?
Oh, goodness. Okay, let's try. Let's go with the leader of something new, one of the independents standing, who will be standing in Kent and the South East list. Hopefully they're here with us. Kyron Wilson, the leader of something new, standing in Kent. Can you hear us? What, Mr. Wilson?
Hello.
How are you? You there? You doing good?
I'm good. I've got my Beer 52 Korean beers.
Yes, good.
A good choice.
This is sponsored by Beer 52.
I will.
Taking a drink. How would you like to see the results go tonight?
I've got to immediately
My goodness.
Clydeside has come in. The Labour Party Will Shakespeare's seat, 43.4% Labour, 30.9% Libertarian, 25.7% Conservative. So quite a tight-run thing there in what should, in theory, be the Labour Party's stronghold. Also, in Derbyshire, the Conservatives and Dr. Caesar MD have won on 47% against a 41.2% Labour Party and an 11.8% Libertarians, holding their deposit.
Well, no, I mean, the Libertarians, that's not that poor a showing. I mean, this was quite a high turnout seat. They managed to get 63,000 votes. But, yeah, it certainly looks like it's a disappointing result for the TLC there.
Yeah, for sure. TLC would definitely be one of the seats that they would be campaigning for to take. Oh, I don't know. Will it be a foreshadowing for the rest of tonight? Who knows? Every seat's different. Every area, every region is different. Who knows? But definitely one that was Labour Party were looking to grab there.
Let's just start pulling in guests at random at this point and see if anyone sticks.
Quite right.
So, I'm just thinking, TLC have started off pretty well tonight, but it's not going to last like that, is it, surely?
Well, who's to say, other than the British public?
Yeah, there we go. Let's drag some more people in. We have...
Yes, it was a game.
Hello, former Justice Secretary Lord Grantham. You've been pulled in randomly. How are you?
Oh, hello.
Hi, Vic. Great to have you here.
Oh, thank you.
He's just discovered how dangerous it is to have a conversation in the lobby.
Yes. I mean, there's one particular one there. He's an American, and I'm not sure I am too favourable, but yes. I also noticed you've replaced the door with a little curtain.
Oh, take a drink.
Right, time for drink.
Door joke. It also seems like there are 3 results have come in.
Oh,
In Hampshire
I was
South,
having a
the
drink, Wagbo. Christ.
the Libertarians won 4%, Classical Liberals 18.3%, Conservatives 31.2%, and the Greens won in Hampshire South on 35.8%. Going to Leeds and Wakefield, the Libertarians have won on 56.4% against 43.6% for the Labour Party.
Slow down.
Shush, Vittia. Shush.
And going to Southwest London, historically a Lib Dem stronghold, the Lib Dems have held on 42.5% against a 23% classical Liberal performance and a 34.5% Conservative performance. And breathe.
Whew. Oh, wow. That was a bit too fast, but wow.
Well,
I mean, we did give him a lot of
minute.
amphetamines before this. Like,
yes, I can tell.
Near fatal doses.
Amphetamine and Korean beer is not a good mix.
Oh dear. But
This
no.
stream is sponsored by the Republic of Korea.
Oh dear. Well, I about
The Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
better walk out the door.
That's just got the Communist League happy.
They don't exist anymore. They disbanded 2 elections ago.
The Communist League are standing.
Oh wait, no, they do exist.
Yes,
Oh,
they
Lord.
do.
I forgot the communists exist. I'm sorry.
Does anyone have any opinions on the election?
No, we don't.
Obviously.
2 more results.
I'm happy the third. Oh, okay.
2 more
Oh,
results.
Christ. More results are coming in.
Ooh, I was going to go back and look at some other results. Jeez.
In central London, there's been a 3-way fight. The Conservatives have won 27%, Classical Liberals 35.5%, with Minister who resigned rudely, Joe Phillips, and Labour winning on 37.5%.
You don't have a grudge against that, do
He
you?
had to get that in there.
In Lincolnshire, Really Friends, former Regionalist Party member, has won 44.7%. The Libertarians won 32%, and Labour 23%.
It's a very disappointing result in central London for the Classical Liberals, who were very much hoping to hold that seat. They went so far as to put a giant poster on the London Eye. Unfortunately, they didn't realise that when the London Eye spins round, the poster will end up upside down.
I must say, as a deputy leader, I am very disappointed in the expenditure in that.
Speaking of disappointing results for the Classical Liberals, they have just lost Essex, with the Conservatives on 43%, Labour on 32%, and the incumbent Saunders on 24%.
Wow, that's quite a fall from grace, isn't it?
That does demonstrate perhaps just how reliant the Classical Liberals were here on endorsements to hold the seat.
Yeah. Endorsements which they did not get.
I wonder why. Wagbo.
Yes, looks slowly into Wagbo's corner. Yes, I don't think I want.
I'm sorry. You're breaking up.
How can I be breaking up? I'm in the same room as you.
How convenient.
Oh my goodness, you're paying a license fee for this.
I feel sorry for them. That's it. I demand a refund. But no, I'm not going to comment on the election results now.
Too bad, because we've got more results.
More results are coming in. I'm sorry to hear.
I may have accidentally too quick.
In West London, the Conservatives have won 58% to the Liberal Democrats 42%. In what was last election's most marginal seat, the Tories have increased their majority. Going up now to East London, the Greens have won 60% to the Conservatives 40%. A pretty solid win there for the Green Party.
What the fuck is wrong with my graphics? What the fuck are wrong with my graphics?
Why is that? Oh my god!
Right, everyone, time for another drink.
Cheers.
Down the hatch.
The
delicious.
Conservatives have won 4 London lists. The Classical Liberals 1, and the Liberal Democrats 1.
I'm astonished. 4 lists. It's incredible.
Yeah, that's an increase of 3 from the last election.
That's a big list result coming in there for the Conservatives.
Shall we go to Twitter?
Let's go to Twitter.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. We have from Conway, fuck the Loyalist League.
Agreed.
Oh, we have
The MBBC takes no official opinion on the fascist Loyal League.
No, it's not the Loyalist League. It's Prescribed Organisation number 52, okay?
Can I just point out the graphics are wrong again?
Oh,
not again. What's wrong with them?
It says 50 out of 50 declared at the bottom.
Oh, shit! That's not good, is it? Right, time for another drink.
So looking at London, though, that is 3 Labour seats out of 6 constituencies. A pretty impressive showing for the Labour Party there at a local level.
Oh, pretty fucking impressive display for fucking Admiral's old J. Jesus.
Oh, what a wanky stream. God. Stevie Wonder could see an error.
More results are coming in, I'm afraid.
No.
Dorset has been won by the Conservatives, surprising nobody, on 44.9%. The Libertarians have come in with an impressive 24%, and the Labour Party on 31%. Going up to Leicestershire, the Conservatives have won 50%, Classical Liberals and VIT, who is, I think, here still, a terrible 26%, a dismal 26%.
Absolutely terrible.
A one not fit of a man. The Libertarians have won 15%, and the Greens have just snuck in there with their deposit on 7%.
Lovely. Shall we get some new guests? You guys have been a great joy. Thank you very much for joining us. As much analysis you gave, it was really insightful.
Joining us in the studio.
Yep, thanks.
I think my first mistake was when I decided to join the MBBC.
Moving up to the Labour stronghold of Merseyside, the Labour Party have won on 50% of the vote exactly, the Conservatives have won 33.6%, and the Libertarians, again, putting in a reasonable performance at 16%. So far, shaping up to be not a particularly shocking night in a lot of ways. The Labour Party making some good gains at a local level. I believe possibly even having more constituencies than they started with this early in the evening. The Liberal Democrats making a gain in Birmingham, and the Classical Liberals being, frankly twisted, pathetic.
Okay.
Have you noticed which party we're currently tied with? Rhymes with Divering Lemoncrat?
Divering? What?
I think you're beating us.
Wow, no sex joke. I'm proud of you, Twisted.
Thank you.
Okay,
That
next.
took a lot of self-control.
We have... I'm just going to fill someone in. Glenn Cullen. That'll be fun. If it'll let me. Here we are. We have the Labour Deputy Leader and candidate for Nottinghamshire. Glenn Cullen, are you with us?
The infamous Glenn Cullen.
Hello, chaps. How are all of you today? I'm absolutely delighted to be on here with you.
I'm sorry, just quickly. Glamorgan and Gwent has gone Liberal Democrat. In the closest race we've had so far, Rui Jama, the best candidate, won 23.6%. Labour, the First Minister, won 19%. The Conservatives won 20%. And the Plaid Cymru won 21.3%.
Wait, what fucking seat is this?
12%. Glamorgan and Gwent.
I've got Surrey next. What's happening?
In Surrey, the Libertarians have won 78% against Labour's 22%. Hello, Glenn.
Hello, lovely to be here with you.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling very good. I think it's been a wonderful night for the Traffic Light Coalition so far. I think we've seen wonderful gains. I'm disappointed with Essex, I would say, but I think across the country, in Merseyside, we've had good results. In London, we've had good results, even if the list seats, I think, have been rather unfair to us there. I think overall we're going to see a TLC government come out of this, and I think it's going to be good for the country.
Are you accusing the electorate of being unfair to a party? Surely they're just voting on who they believe would be the best to represent their constituency, country, area, region.
You can tell that Weebrew's sober, can't you?
The electorate voted how they wish. I'm just saying that perhaps the list system is not the fairest system we could have in place.
Take a drink.
No, I think that's free drinks, actually.
Oh God.
Shall we? Okay, I'm arbitrarily decreasing it to 2 because I might die if I have 3.
I would like to tell you, old boys, that it is in fact free drinks.
No, it's not.
Free drinks. Cheers.
Who's the Director General, Glenn?
Twisted, dear fellow. Don't tell me you're going to suddenly back down on the drink.
Also, you said you were disappointed in Essex. I get it. I'm disappointed in Essex too, just in general. I don't like Essex very much.
Deeply apologetic to announce that more results are coming in. In Northamptonshire and Rutland, the Conservatives and Leafy Emerald have won 68% to the Labour Party's 31.7%. In Bedfordshire and Hertfordshire, the Liberal Democrats have lost a former Prime Minister, the No Heart seat, to the Conservatives, who have won 50%. The Libertarians coming in at 23%, and the Liberal Democrats coming in just short of 27%. After a historic gain in South Wales, a historic loss in the home counties.
I'm surprised by the Bedfordshire result. I think the No Heart put in a very strong campaign. I'm very disappointed to see that, but I'm sure none of us are overwhelmingly surprised to see the result in Leafy's home constituency.
I'm not drunk.
Quite.
Oh, I'm afraid I don't believe you, dear boy.
That's good, because I was lying.
I don't believe him either. Checking in a model Twitter, Star has said, we're turning into a two-party system, having just watched a 5-party result in South Wales.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know about a two-party system. We're having one hell of a party in the fucking MBBC's building.
Hell yes!
Oh, it's a wonderful time, dear fellows. I only wish you could all join us here in the studio.
Glenn, I can't believe you're a real person.
Oh, I haven't. To what do you refer, my dear boy?
Yes.
Oh, I'm afraid yes wasn't quite the answer to that question, was it?
Yes.
This is good.
Look, dear boy, let us comment on the results that are coming in, not comment on the atmosphere within our studio.
Yes!
What do you make, Glenn, of Lib Dems winning South Wales on just 23.5%?
Tough, because we've got more results.
Shut up, Glenn, we've got results.
Your thoughts are no longer relevant. Climate Rebellion have just come short of winning Lancashire South again on 39%, to the Conservatives 44.8%. The Libertarians are coming in at 16.1% in Lancashire South. In Norfolk and Suffolk, another very encouraging result for the Labour Party, who have historically struggled at a local level, let alone in rural areas, winning 51.5% to the Tories' 48.5%.
I'd just like to point out for the record, that's not how you spell Norfolk and Suffolk. So time for another drink, everyone.
Cheers!
Yeah.
I'm not even drinking.
I'm afraid I'm not partaking, dear boys.
Ah, delicious.
Right,
more guests.
More guests. It's been good to have you on there.
Well, you can stay if you want.
So at the moment, TLC plus the
I'm not in
Tories
charge.
are tied.
I
would love to remain.
So at the moment, if TLC and Tories are tied, but
both the European Union and
it's
the
not
studio.
quite a balanced thing, because then you've got the LPUK and the Clips. So far, we're leaning right. It's really that London list that sort of pushed it over. But you never know.
Pick a party and we'll drag someone in from that party.
Let's have Star.
Go for it.
Go for it.
This is a
Star?
stick stream.
Yeah?
Hello, welcome to the stream.
Hello.
How are you?
That's a voice of shock.
I am very, very happy with the result in London, particularly the list seats.
Yeah, picking up 4 there, right?
Being
Yes.
the only constituency as well, West London, coming in with an increased Conservative majority.
Well, it just so happened that I worked harder on the campaign, but I think going into it, the constituents saw my record, and that's how I won.
They saw your record and they thought, who the fuck uses vinyl anymore?
Jesus.
My father uses vinyl quite a lot, actually.
I love your
He says
father
it sounds
already.
better.
I hope you're not dissing vinyl too much.
Vinyl.
I have nothing. I have sincerely apologised, but we're having more results. In South Yorkshire, the Green Party have won on 51.9%, the Conservatives at 24.9%, and the Libertarians at 23.2%.
Vicious.
And in West Yorkshire, the Libertarians have won on 71.2% of the vote, to a 28.8% performance for absentee Liberal Democrat Jess Ellis 12.
Is that a slight dig, what she said?
That is... I mean, the turnout there is quite abysmal, though, isn't it? I mean, if we're being honest.
Are you implying that if we counted the people at home, perhaps the Lib Dems would have won?
I mean, potentially, but I think it just goes to show the strength of endorsements this election. The LPK endorsed me, and I think that contributed to my increased majority.
You proud of that?
I mean, that's why...
Is that a point of great pride?
Well, I think it does show that my prior comment about us turning into a two-party system is true, in the sense that these endorsements have allowed sort of, particularly the Conservatives, but various other parties, in the government coalition to stay together and gain seats.
Yeah, I do actually think you're making a point there, that there has been like 2 blocks that have formed. Hopefully
Yeah.
these...
I think, to be fair, the Traffic Light Coalition has stayed together to a much greater degree than the broad right did. For example, you saw the classical liberals fail to endorse many people, although I'm of course flattered the classical liberals endorsed me. But the classical liberals failed to endorse many of their broad right allies across the country. In fact, they're one of the few major parties to fail to endorse any candidate in a huge number of constituencies.
I did see that, but I think more generally we still have 2 broad coalitions. One is more cohesive than the other, but generally I think that's the trend line.
Well, we've got a little bit of time to breathe. No, we don't. More results.
Excellent. Glad to hear it.
You lied to us.
I'm deeply sorry to the British public to announce that Glenn has won Nottinghamshire on 61.9% of the vote, to the Conservatives coming in at 38.1%. On the East Midlands list, Labour have got 1 seat, the Libertarians 1, and the Conservatives 1. No Liberals or Greens elected.
There you go, Glenn. You won your seat.
I'm very flattered, of course. I'm very disappointed that the Conservatives did not quite think it was worth even campaigning in the seat. I think it's quite a betrayal of the people of Nottinghamshire. But of course, I'm very glad that they are going to get the representation I feel they deserve in Parliament.
Glenn, can I ask a serious question?
Oh,
Please
of course.
don't.
Are you Docra putting on a voice?
Who is this Docra fellow? I have no idea to whom
You don't
refer.
do a particularly
Oh my
convincing
god,
posh
you're
accent.
actually Docra, aren't you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Holy shit, he's Docra. I'm calling it right now. He's fucking Docra.
Emma seems convinced.
My
I
lawyers
would recognise that
my my lawyers.
Docra detected!
Oh, bloody hell.
He's too drunk to tell Emma. He's just clicked it.
Do you like
Emma?
this, guys?
Emma's been shouting it in the
Oh yeah,
reception
this
for
has
about
been
10
rather a
minutes now.
washout for the Midlands, for the Conservative
Oh yes, the
Party.
election. I forgot about it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
crikey,
happening
that's
on the
happening, isn't
side.
it?
The election is
going on
far
with that?
more important than these spurious accusations by the
Stop trying to put on a posh accent. You can't pull it off.
This is how I
A posh
talk. I
accent is
studied at
something you are
Cambridge,
born
dear
or
madam.
educated with. It's not something one can
I
really
don't
develop.
even have to try. Come on now.
I mean,
Right. Anyway, is it time, do we think, that we kick these guys
No,
out of our
because we've
studio?
got new results.
guys,
Let us see
Oh
the
my
results
God.
first, dear boy.
Shut up, we've got more results.
For heaven's sake. So, in Oxfordshire and Berkshire, the Green Party and former Prime Minister Contraband the MC have won on just short of 57%, to the Libertarians on 17%, a pretty common showing for the Liberal seats, and the Conservatives on 26%.
the
You
Greens
skipped
win a
one,
green
Marco.
stronghold in shock.
Over in Humberside, we've
In
seen...
shock, the Greens win ultra-safe Green seat.
Mm.
And
You skipped
also,
one.
to make another shock, the LPUK have held Humberside. I know, I for one am
wow.
astonished that they have held a safe seat.
I mean, this election is truly astonishing with the number
I
of
too am
safe
shocked.
seats that have remained the same party.
It's disappointing to see that the North East, a region so decimated by Margaret Thatcher's neoliberalism, is now voting for a party which would see only that economic
Oh,
policy
stop
extended to
talking
its
about
maximum.
Margaret Thatcher all the time. We're not just the party of Thatcher, you know.
I'm actually talking about the Libertarians, if you listen to what I said, but I understand it's easier if you ignore what I'm saying and reply to something I didn't say, then you can make up what you like.
Right.
Glenn.
Well, we should get some new guests in. Thank you very much, both of you, for joining us. You've been great and very informative.
See you, wee
Au
brew.
revoir, mon ami.
Love you.
Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Okay.
folks, we've just had news in. There has been a recount in Cumbria and Lancashire North. Yes, it's the showdown in Cumbria.
That's beautiful.
In Cumbria, we are seeing a three-way race between the Conservatives, with Inferno Plato, the classical liberal incumbent Dunks 11, and the Climate Rebellion candidate whose name I've forgotten. And we are seeing if any of them can take it back, because this seat has been changing hands constantly. Only, was it 2 elections ago, it was decided by a coin flip. The first seat in well over 100 years to be decided by coin flip.
We have some new results. In Cambridgeshire, we have the Conservative Party with 85.6%, 288,000 votes. You with us, Wagbo? Purple Slug taking Cambridgeshire, and the Independent there getting 14%. And we also have Kent. In Kent, we have the Conservatives taking 57.8% of the vote. Toast and Russian, of course, that's a safe seat, so nothing surprising there. Something new coming up with about a quarter, and the Libertarian Party 17.7%. And then we have the East of England list seats. We have the Conservative Party, Libertarian Party, Classical Liberals, Lib Dems, and Labour all taking 1 seat apiece in the East England list. Did I miss any? No, I don't think I did.
Another very good set of Conservative Party results.
Yeah, 3 in a row there. Big wins for the Tories yet again. Okay, new guests. You ready for Emma? We have
God, I might hide under the table if that's all right.
We have the soon-to-be, or current, I can't remember, First Minister of Wales, Emma.
Oh, hello.
Hi, Emma, how are you doing?
There have been better nights.
Wagbo, what are you doing with that assault rifle? Wagbo, no!
She's got a knife!
But I, yes, and it's still in your back.
Sticking out like a sore thumb. Anyway, how do you feel about the results for the Labour Party and Welsh Labour Party so far?
Well, the Welsh Labour Party is bulletproof. The results are a sham, and I am very happy with what we've done so far.
Right.
Well, we have some more results, Wagbo.
We have in upper 7, a tight race between the Libertarians and Labour. Labour have won on 41.3%, the Libertarians coming a close second on 39.1%, and the Conservatives coming in third at 19.6%. Another Labour gain, I believe, in a seat.
That's exactly how we want to see this.
In a seat where the right have failed to back a unified candidate and the left have.
Yeah, again, going back to that point about the right bloc and the left bloc. You see there's a break in the right bloc, and then the left bloc takes
Not enough door jokes, people aren't happy.
Can I just say that we should pull the popcorn out? Because that is a great result for Labour. Kicking those Libertarians back where they belong.
And that's a rural area, now that's Herefordshire.
Most likely.
I've been notified that there was another graphical error on the East of England lists where Classical Liberals were called the Liberal Democrats, so take a drink.
Hang on, wait, I'm going back for this. This sounds amazing. Oh my god, we were. That's incredible. Everyone have a drink.
Cheers.
Oh, that's more than a single. Holy shit. I think I've just poured myself like a triple.
Can I just say Mr. Popcorn of Canada is a great man. Thank you.
Oh.
So, the Liberal Democrats made a gain in Wales, didn't they? Glamorgan and Gwent, right?
Glamorgan and Gwent.
So, how do you think that reflects the attitudes of people in Wales?
Sorry?
How do you think that the Liberal Democrat... Oh, yeah, how do you think the Liberal Democrats getting a gain in Wales reflects the attitudes of the Welsh people?
Well, there's the people in the southeast, which of
There's
course
not enough door.
Aren't part of what is my main remit within Wales, so maybe those people didn't like me so much.
Well, we have some more results.
Yes, is that 3 results we're having?
I see, yeah, 3.
In Cheshire, the Classical Liberals have won, with Tommy Womboys coming in at 45.6%. Labour have won 40.5%, and the Communist Party have come in with just short of 14%. Not a bad showing for the far left.
Zuckerblit!
In North Yorkshire, Conservative James has won on 50.5%. The Classical Liberals have come in second on 35.6%, and the Liberal Democrats have come in at third with 13.9%, meaning that on the Yorkshire and the Humber lists, the Conservatives win 1 seat, Classical Liberals win 1 seat, and the Labour Party 1 seat. The Liberal Democrats and Libertarians are both missing out.
We're past the halfway point.
Libertarians did take a good 3 list seats, though. I mean, constituency seats, so I'm not sure if missing out is the word. Can
I just say that I thought James the He's 15th had actually left politics, and he's winning MP seats.
Look who's back. Back again.
And then a strong and stable candidate in Glamorgan and Gwen. It's just very sad.
Coming fourth in Glamorgan and Gwent at that.
Who came fourth?
The Welsh Labour candidates.
Did he come Fife and the Forth Valley?
What a mug. What a mug.
That sounded
Is that another error?
Labour need to work harder, but Labour also is going in the wrong direction politically.
Oof. What does that mean?
I am more of the Ray persuasion than and to have a liar and a cheat as deputy leader. Someone come back.
More results are coming.
I didn't realise you disliked Glenn that much. Anyway, on to the results.
In Shropshire and Staffordshire, New Britain have won their first parliamentary seat on 40.4%. The Classical Liberals have come in second on 32.2%, and the Liberal Democrats, formerly the incumbents with former Secretary of State for Education Jack Wilfred, have won 27.4%. Moving up to the Liberal Democrats have lost in Cornwall and Devon.
Good.
On 37% to the 44.8% of the Conservatives and the 18% of the Libertarians. That is a crushing loss for the Lib Dems in one of their southwestern strongholds.
So is Cornwall a country or not now?
I don't think it is.
I mean, this is a pretty strong vote against Cornish nationhood. I'm just saying.
Yeah, technically. Using
I think Cornish nationhood has been relegated to a meme now, and we should put it back in the cupboard and leave it there.
Shall we go to Twitter?
I mean,
I think that we should
probably this chat. So sure,
probably have a minute of silence for Cornwall as a nation. The former Cornwall MP, through Ravenclaw, tweeted, "How the fuck did the Tories win?"
They did nothing for Cornwall and Devon. Nothing.
I mean,
MBBC
I have a theory. What if this was a Devon uprising against their Cornish oppressors?
I can see that being the case. In fact,
I mean, I think that's the most reasonable approach.
Cornwall
And
is now.
What were you going to say, Emma?
I said that Cornwall nationhood dies here today, and now we must take down the barriers and open the arms of friendship.
F in the chat.
More results are coming in. I'm still, of course, wiping tears from my eyes over Cornwall and awaiting my own loss. But the Classical Liberals and some unknown called Twisthead Nuke has won 60.8% in Northumbria to the Labour Party on 39.2%. And in Buckinghamshire, another huge Libertarian hold with Seymour on 74.9% to 25.1% for the Labour Party. On the North East lists, Classical Liberals have won 1 seat, Labour Party have won 1 seat, and the Greens have won 1 seat.
Who even is that Labour candidate in Buckinghamshire? Because I've never even heard of him.
What are you saying? Anyway.
What I've noticed, I don't think I've seen anyone lose their deposit so far, apart from maybe an independent in South Wales. I don't think anyone has lost a deposit so far, which is a stark contrast from last election, where there were huge amounts of terrible performances.
I have to say, for one, I can't afford to lose my deposit because that's this month's mortgage payment.
Well, you won, I believe, 19.8%, which is safely in the deposit holding category.
And why did you claim this on expenses?
Yeah, you're on the salary of an AM and an MP, aren't you?
And a First Minister.
And a First, yeah.
How expensive is your rent? Jeez.
Jesus, where are you living?
Are you living in space?
No, I give all my earnings to the poor.
Then,
it sounds like you are one of them, though.
You sound like you are the poor.
I am. It is true. I have been bruised.
Shall we have another guest?
Yeah.
Let's have Jellycow.
Thanks for joining us, Anna. Good to see you. Good luck
Jellycow.
with the first news and stuff.
Liberal Democrat. Yeah.
Before we begin, I'm awfully sorry, and I do apologise to everyone, but we have more results coming.
What,
Gloucestershire
on
and
an election stream?
Bloody country, and the Liberal Democrats
here.
have won 62.2%, or 6%, sorry. The Classical Liberals have come in with a pathetic 15%, and the Conservatives on 22.4%.
All right.
In Lanarkshire and the Borders in Scotland, Labour have won on 43.8%, to the Conservatives 32.9%, the Classical Liberals 12.6%, and the Green Party's 10.8%.
Yeah,
So
Labour
this was
taking
a
that
gain
gain
from
from
the
the
former
SNP.
SNP, but
Yeah.
the SNP merged into the Greens, who have been knocked into 4th out of 4 places.
You should note a 52% turnout there. So a lot of nationalist voters presumably thinking the Greens weren't for them, and in the absence of the SNP, just staying at home.
That is a very fair analysis, in my opinion.
I wonder if the SNP merging with the Greens in the first place has hurt Scottish nationalism more than helped it.
Well, if these results are anything to go by, they've
Jelly,
been
I have a very
hurtful.
important question. Is Cornwall a nation after this vote?
Oh.
Very possibly, but Devon might not be.
I am unwilling to comment on this question at this time. I will say that it's clear that the people of Cornwall decided that perhaps Cornish nationhood was not something they wished to represent, and so yes, let's respect their wishes. I will say as well, actually, that I am very pleased to see that Wales has clearly spoken out against independence, despite what Pona Carosa would have you think. I doubt it was a personal vote. I think it was much more of a vote against our policy.
I'm sorry, Cumbria and Lancashire North has just come in as a Conservative Party gain.
What?
Inferno Plato has won 42.9% to Classical Liberal 2.8% with a 4% share for the party. Climate Rebellion have won a seat on the North Wales result, as have the Conservative, Libertarians, Clibs, and Labour Party. But that's a huge loss of a British politics.
That's massive for the Classical Liberals.
Showdown in Cumbria!
Please, although it might be somewhat small by that loss, I am pleased to see Climate Rebellion gain a list C. And they were rudely cheated out of Lancashire South.
Can we just take a moment? Dunks has lost Cumbria, guys.
He did.
Again.
It's
Again, yeah.
Have you noticed how this seat never stays in the same hand?
I don't think that was on the
elections?
predictions.
It swaps every election.
You would have thought that
it's trade, isn't it? Looking at the prediction spreadsheet I've got here, they were pretty evenly split. We had 2 predicting a Conservative win and 3 winning a Classical Liberal win. So
this really shows, I think, the strengths of the Conservative Party, going down to Cornwall and beating the Dems, going to Cumbria and beating the Classical Liberals in West London, increasing their majority. You know, seats that were considered very marginal, the Conservatives are taking on.
It's odd as well, because we saw the Liberal Democrats win Birmingham, which wasn't really on the table if you look at other people's predictions. Not mine. I did predict a Liberal Democrat win there. But it's odd to see the Liberal Democrats doing well in seats that you wouldn't necessarily expect right away, and seeing the Conservatives do well in seats that you wouldn't necessarily expect right away.
Speaking of which, we've got more results coming in as you speak. In the Black Country, won by the Liberal Democrats in a by-election early this term, a gain on 57.6% against a 42.5% with the Dems, who, though their vote share has increased, a United Right candidate has seen them actually lose the seat. As well as that,
we're losing Wagbo.
Someone broke Wagbo for a second there.
So, it's time for me to butt in. So, Friedmanite has held in Somerset and Bristol, beating out the Liberal Democrats' Red Wolf. I can hear Red Wolf screeching from here. and Friday night's erection will never subside. In the Black Country, the LPUK have nicked the seat off JKEC box of the Liberal Democrats, which ain't a great look for the Lib Dems. It's 2 nice, comfortable LPUK gains.
Yeah.
Testing.
Yes, you're back. I don't know what.
The Black Country, of course.
The
Lib Dems.
I
Lib Dems
did predict
their vote
trade.
share and still lost.
Yeah,
Similarly,
I did think that the LPUK and the Lib Dems would trade in those 2 seats, and it seems to have come true.
New Britain picking up a list seat as well, so that's an increase of what, 2 already? I mean,
in South West,
we're losing you again, Wagbo.
Dems lose all constituencies.
Right. Yeah. New
What
Britain
he was trying
being
to
involved
say is
in
that the South West list has come in, which has seen 2 Liberal Democrat list seats, a Labour Party list, and a Conservative list.
There we go. I don't even know what to make of tonight. It's been very kind of up and down. You would think, a lot of the safe seats have been safe, but then every marginal seat, at least from what I've seen, has flipped. Would that be a reasonable?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. In some ways, it's quite a typical night. Results that you'd expect, but in other ways, it's I guess it's very difficult to call it a shift. I think, in the opinion of the British public, but I don't know. It's very odd. It might have to do a lot with where parties chose to dedicate their resources. You saw lots of parties campaigning for other candidates in seats that weren't their own. That was quite a big thing in the selection, especially due to the general lower number of campaigns in total. Yeah. But yeah,
do we have more results, Twisted?
Do we indeed? I'm sure we could have some results. Oh yes, the West Midlands. The West Midlands has come in, and they've returned a list seat for Lib Dems, Classical Liberals, Conservatives, LPUK, and New Britain, which means New Britain are up to 2 seats, which ain't bad, because last time, for those who weren't initiated, they almost won a list seat. Unfortunately, due to a Weatherspoons-related clerical error, they failed to submit themselves for the list seat, which means while they're entitled to a list, they in fact did not get it, so it went to the Labour Party. That puts the Classical Liberals on 10 seats, the Conservatives on 22, Greens on 6, Labour on 14, Lib Dems on 7, LPUK on 11, Plaid on 0 so far, and 2 New Britain and 1 Climate Rebellion.
We have another graphic mistake. It says Liberal Democrats are on 7 when indeed they are on 9.
Oh, I've just stolen 2 seats from the Liberal Democrats. I hate doing that. Oh,
yes,
shit, it's a graphical mistake. Everyone have a drink.
Yeah. So that was... Where are we? I'm completely lost. Who's that? Waggle,
I'm just amazed that Docker is fucking Glenn Cullen. It makes so much sense, but...
Hello.
Hello. You're still lagging a little bit.
Right, shall we have some more guests?
Should we
have
mention Lothian?
12? I've never heard of
there's
them
some
before.
results I think we've missed, Twisted.
Lothian.
You're still lagging.
Oh, yeah, don't bother, Wagbo, I've got you, fam. Lothian and Fife, the Liberal Democrats have held with what could be generously described as a meme campaign.
Yeah.
Despite that, they have managed to hold the seat with an impressive majority of 76,000. The LPUK have held Sussex. Questionable religious person, Henry John Temple, has held the seat against a Conservative challenge. And, of course, the Liberal Democrats in 3rd place.
Hello.
And that's all she wrote.
We also have Hampshire North.
Hampshire North, Conservative gain.
Yes.
What?
Conservative hold.
50.4% there. Liberal Democrats in 2nd with 35%. LPUK with 14%. And we also have...
They vote for the fucking lizards.
We also have the South East England lists. The Conservative Party taking 3, the Liberal Democrats taking 1, Labour taking 1, something new taking a list seat as well there, the independent grouping. And some more results that are loading. Here we are. Highland and Grampian. The Conservatives
too many results.
I know. Yeah, we're near the end. Highland and Grampian, are you good with this?
I think I'm near the end of my fucking
Conservative gain here in Highland and Grampian. This is a big one. 53.6%, a majority. Green Party 30%, and the LP UK 16.4%. That's a huge gain for the Tories. And we have the Scotland list. Whew, Conservatives taking 2 on the Scotland list, and the LP UK taking 2.
For some reason, the Greens have come up here. Take your seat. That's a clerical error. I'm not quite sure why that's appeared there. So please ignore the appearance of the Greens there. They ain't got shit.
Yeah, 2 and 2. No Greens.
The Greens do not currently have that many seats. They are currently on 6.
No nationalist constituencies in Scotland.
6 seats, I believe.
No nationalist constituencies in Scotland. Notable.
I mean,
yeah.
Shall I go dunks on your ass? Because I'll go dunks on your ass if you want me to.
Go for it.
Please do not
I am very disappointed to see that the lizard hypnosis did hold strong in Hampshire North. I did fight my best to end that and to end that influence. Unfortunately, it seems to have held on. So I will be spending the time in the Lords, it looks like. And that's fine. You know, I'll try again next time.
I mean, the lizards are very difficult to defeat.
They are. They're notoriously hardy creatures. You know, you burn an effigy of one in a field surrounded by thousands of Winchesterians, and it just come back to bite you in the ass.
Let's bring in Baxter, 12 from the Labour Party, huh? Baxter from Labour, how are you?
Horrible.
Horrible? That's not very good. Will we have more results?
I just won Wales!
Well, thanks for fucking giving away the result, Wagbo. But Wagbo has gained the seat of North and Central Wales from Aaron C249. Wagbo has already got his cock out and he is touching it. And all of the numbers at the bottom of this graphic have disappeared. Time for a drink. Time for a drink, everyone.
Wagbo winning Wales.
Oh, that's more than a fucking single. Holy shit! I've just poured myself another triple.
Oh my god!
And taking the Welsh list seat, Wales both constituency seats have been won by the Liberal Democrats. Plaid have taken 1 seat. Labour Party have taken 1 seat. Conservative have taken 1 seat. Plaid have been absolutely mullered in this election. They've gone from 4 seats to 1 seat.
Interesting that New Britain now.
You know, I've had it with these. You know, I think this is just a sham. The whole damn election is a sham. The Conservative Party, 32 seats. The damn the Purple Party, 14. The classic.
Purple Party.
I want an official recount of the whole election. Good night.
No.
Great.
Such nuanced debate we have on
Yeah, Well, there you go, Wagbo.
So just to read out the North and Central Wales results, the pathetic Conservatives have won 17%. Plaid Cymru have won a pitiful 36.8%, and the Liberal Democrats have won a majestic 45.5%.
Yeah.
Wagbo didn't take his medication today. I'm sorry, dear listeners, dear studio audience.
32 seats.
Is that every seat now?
Not yet. There's one to come, and
we have Northern Ireland.
On the Welsh list, the Conservatives have won a seat, the Labour Party won a seat, and
We've already read this one out, Wagbo.
We're on to Northern Ireland, Wagbo.
Wagbo, you're drunk too.
Well,
Northern Ireland. Someone gonna read it, or I shall?
Fine.
Plaid Cymru.
The Ulster Unionist Party have held Northern Ireland, smacking the Alliance Party back from what was...
That is a surprise.
These were polls that were showing it being neck and neck, but it appears nothing could be further than the truth. It's about 2/3 of the vote going to the Ulster Unionists.
Yeah.
Is that all the
However,
is that all the seats?
Since Northern Ireland is the sole seat in Northern Ireland, funnily enough, the Northern Ireland list is complete. On the list, the Ulster Unionist Party have won 2 seats. The Alliance have won 1 seat. That means that every seat in the United Kingdom has returned. This is the 11th Parliament. The Conservatives are the largest party with 35 seats. The second largest party is Labour with 17 seats. The Libertarians with 14 seats. The Liberal Democrats with 13 seats. The Classical Liberals with 10 seats. The Greens Party with 6 seats. The Plaid Cymru with 1 seat, with independent candidates securing 4 seats.
Can I say this?
This is the 11th Parliament.
This coalition won't last 2 fucking months.
What coalition?
That's very naughty.
I assume what we're going to see is Conservative, LPUK, New Britain.
It won't last 2 months.
I say it tentatively because I know the LPUK are dodgy. But
this has seen the Conservatives gain 7 seats. The Libertarians have gained 0 seats. They have stood still. The Classical Liberals have lost 2 seats. The Liberal Democrats have lost 3 seats. Labour has gained 1 seat. The Greens have lost 4 seats. Plaid has lost 3 seats. New Britain has gained 2 seats. Other independents have gained 2 seats.
So there we have it.
Wow.
It's looking like it's a young parliament, but it's definitely a parliament in the favour of the right. The current government could command a simple majority. The question is, will that government continue to exist under the circumstances of a not having Brexit leaning down your neck?
Well,
I mean, the LPUK and the Tories are basically the same party, so.
Even then, they only command 49 seats. They don't command an outright majority. If the Conservatives
with New Britain, which I imagine would join the coalition, they have 51.
Well, New Britain are officially.
So there's the majority.
Yeah, that's a very fair point.
We could see a TLC opposition. That'd be interesting. We could also see the LPUK go full on batshit crazy and just decide not to coalition, which would be interesting knowing about their.
Or they could just be trying to do coalition negotiations and then break the coalition negotiations with the negotiations because of the LPUK.
Yeah. Worth
Wouldn't be a
noting
surprise.
Liberals in Parliament have pretty much stagnated as opposed to making any notable losses. So cheers to that, Twisted.
Yeah. Well, you guys made the most losses, didn't you, for the Liberal?
The Lib Dems made 2 losses on last election. And the Classical Liberals held everything.
Is that
you know, looking at it from here, I don't think my prediction was too far off.
I thought
the Classical Liberals picked up.
I used to have a lot more RAM than I used to.
You used to have a lot more RAM. Well, at least the 50 out of 50 declare things right. Even though it's 100 seats. But, you know. So, how do you think it went?
Well, it looks like the Conservatives have the onus to form a very boring government.
But strong and stable.
I, for one, look forward to another term of Friedmanite as Deputy Prime Minister.
Magbo, are you taking your seat?
I am. If I had not won Mid Wales and North Wales, I would have been going to the Lords. But on balance, I think it's right that I stay on and serve my constituents, etc.
Also, do you have any parting words for Plaid Cymru?
I told you I'd win, lads, and this is what you get.
Oh, savage. Absolutely.
Weebrew, give me some analysis, quickly.
Oh my goodness, I think the words you said there, boring, depends how you stand, but I can see your point. You know, we're seeing the Conservatives gain even more than before. It's just going to be another right-wing parliament for Britain.
Well, on that
looking at the predictions, they all seem pretty accurate this time around, actually. Surprising results include Cornwall, Devon, obviously. Derbyshire as well. That was predicted Labour. Right by 4 out of 5 pundits. Instead went Tory.
I had the Classical Liberals taking Cumbria. I thought that you guys smashed the campaign. It was
I think Cumbria was a surprising one. Oh, actually no, it was kind of split between all pollsters.
I mean, would it be a good MHOC election without Cumbria changing hands between the Conservatives and Clip? To be honest,
maybe it was like the
Hampshire North as well. That was a surprising one, according to most pollsters. I am ashamed to say. Obviously, it's due to the lizards in that one.
Hampshire North was still a hold, though, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. It's interesting because I originally took that constituency on one of the largest majorities in the country for the Conservatives. And we're not seeing that anymore. It's weird to see how the voting base shifts, you know?
And we've seen these smaller independent parties pick up something new, Climate Rebellion, and even New Britain, if you want to consider them, that have all made gains.
I don't think we saw anything as surprising as One Love gaining Sussex last time.
No. I agree with you.
It's very sad to see New Britain actually remember to send in their lists. But, you know, I imagine they'll live this time round. It's interesting that they even lasted the whole term, if I'm being quite honest. We saw, I think, 3 independent groupings come and go over the course of the last term. So, yeah, it's a weird one. I guess it's just the way of independence, you know?
It is. So, everyone who's been listening at home, everyone who's listening at home, this has obviously been a very experimental kind of stream, because before we've always played these streams as a very serious affair. And this time we've got a little bit drunk and we've tried to fuck about a bit. Do you like this? I want to hear back. Which do you prefer? Do you want a serious stream? Do you want a stream where we mess about and get drunk? These are the options. Please tell me. I need some market research. But thank you so much for listening to the MBBC stream. I've been Twisted Duke. I've been joined by Wagbo, the former Prime Minister, and Weebrew, the former First Minister. We're not establishmentarian. And Jelly Cow has been here too. Thank you so much to all of our guests. Thank you so much to Leafy Emerald for doing a lot of work on graphics and just generally being lovely.
There will probably be a Sky News stream tomorrow, depending. Maybe. I'll see.
Sky News might happen, it might fucking not.
Who's to say?
It's been lovely talking to you all. Thank you so much for listening. I've been Twisted Nuke.